about Goku after he fought 3 gods, or Kirby?
SpongeBob.
Yes, SpongeBob, but from the first season when he's driving.
Did you guys hear Chris Pratt in the Mario trailer?
Dude,
I haven't seen the actual trailer yet, but I've seen the reaction to the trailer.
do you want to see the trailer?
Yeah, I
Give
do.
raw thoughts?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pause and we're going to
down and I'm in the basement and like I just think to myself, Mario, why are you Chris Pratt? Why is Mario Chris Pratt?
It's such a, it's literally the dumbest casting choice they could have made.
Yeah, it was
Pretty bad.
Not only is he not Italian, he can't do an Italian accent, and he's like prejudiced against Italian people. Like
He's
literally
prejudiced against Koopas, bro.
Yeah.
No, do you see that tweet that he made a long time ago?
Oh,
No.
what do you-
Oh, wait,
like,
yeah,
being
no, I
in New
did.
York.
Whoa.
It was like he tweeted something like, I was walking down the street in New York and some fat Italian dude walked out and puked all over my shoes. I fucking hate New York, or like something like that.
An alleged tweet by Chris Pratt.
Not alleged. It was real.
He said something derogatory as well, but obviously we can't repeat it.
What did he say?
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah, the big
look it up. Just look up
anti-Italian.
like fucking Chris Pratt racist New
He
York
said
tweet.
gabagool, guys. He said the G slur. I'm sorry.
that's why he said Koopas. He wanted that to show up in the search results before that.
He's trying to outslur himself.
Chris Pratt slur drama.
Copas.
And then there's like 3 things that come up, and you're like, oh, I guess he's just a normal guy.
He
I
likes
like-
stomping Koopas.
I like how this guy is like a AAA actor, and like he gets an interview of like, Mario, you're voicing the character. Oh, like, how do you feel? Like, I remember when I, like 15 years ago, when I was like in a laundromat playing Mario.
I was in a laundromat and I looked across the street at a Circuit City through the window and I could see Mario playing on the screen. And I thought, wow, that game looks really dumb and bad. And I don't like it.
Never in my life did I ever think I was going to voice Mario, dude.
It's been a lifelong dream of mine for as long as I've had this script.
Yeah, like I like the choice of Charlie Kelly, who I think plays Toad. And then I think and then Jack Black, who plays Bowser.
Jack
I
Black
think
as
those are
Bowser
good.
does a really good Bowser.
Yeah.
I trust Jack Black. in
You
movies.
trust him with a role that he has.
I trust him with my life, actually.
Like the
sorry,
whole
go ahead.
casting is pretty good for the Mario movie. It's just Chris Pratt. Like,
I mean, like they
But
just
he's the
wanted-
face of it.
Do you think
I
they
know.
just wanted to sign a big name to it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I think so. I think Miyamoto is just like,
Who's the
look
most
up
American?
American actor, and his result came up first.
He really is like the Ed Sheeran of acting. Like he's kind of just everywhere, but he's not good.
I mean, like, I think he was good in like Parks and Rec. I think everyone loved
I don't think so. Well, I mean,
Really?
I don't like Parks and Rec in general.
Ooh, bad take.
Good take.
Bad take. Wait, did you watch Parks and Rec?
I did not.
Oh, and I know you probably
I know
didn't.
Biden showed up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I've seen it.
Biden.
He was in Parks and Rec.
Wait, he was.
Yeah.
I didn't.
He was in the
know.
finale. He killed the main character.
Oh, base.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Dark Biden strikes again.
dark assassin
Briden.
Brandon.
Otherwise, I think the Mario movie actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, the
Like,
animation is
is really good. And what Timis mentioned with it being animated by the same people who did the Minions, I was like, that makes a lot of sense. The way that the mouths move,
Yeah.
To
and the
be
way the
fair,
characters
though,
move.
as much as I hate to admit it, those Minions movies are
Don't say it.
beautifully
Yeah,
done.
they're well
They
well
are-
animated.
Yeah, they look
That's
good.
it.
very beautifully done.
Dude,
as much
all
as
I
I
can
hate
say.
the
If
plot,
they look good.
and even then, I can't say the plot's bad. It's a kids movie.
Yeah, like how critical are you going to be about it? But like anyway.
0%.
Isn't that
on
kind of the
Tomatoes.
point of YouTube now, just to be hypercritical of everything?
Oh, well, there
kids related?
probably is an 8-hour long video essay on the Minions 2.
What Minions ruined my life.
And then in the recommended, The Minions 2, a forbidden masterpiece seen only by ancient gods.
Yeah. Hidden gem? Question mark. Big red circle.
Cult classic?
Only 10 people saw this in the Minions movie.
They saw the Minions movie in the Minions movie.
Yeah.
10
only
things
10
you
people
missed.
saw
The Minions.
Cinema Sins. The Minions.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh, there's a
When does the Mario movie come out? Is it this year?
It was supposed to come out in like December. Now I think it's delayed till April.
Just like their fucking games, dude.
Everything's getting delayed now. Everything.
I mean, go for it. Like, I don't give a shit. I've spent so much time waiting for fucking anything to happen. And like, take a couple more months on your game. What I want is Armored Core video game, but also the Buzz Lightyear movie. I'm so hyped for like genuinely.
I thought it already came out.
Did it?
Yeah,
It came out already.
It came out like a year.
It's been out for so long.
I
don't know about a year.
The conservatives made a big stink about it because there was a lesbian kiss or something.
I don't think it was a year. It's been like a few months.
It's been
a
at
while.
least a while.
Yeah.
I think it was June or something like that.
I've avoided everything on it.
Well, hey, at least you're not spoiled.
I mean, I guess
You didn't even know. Oh, Zane, you spoiled the lesbian kiss, man. What the fuck?
That's the best part.
That's literally what I look forward to in every.
I mean, at least he has the other one to look forward to.
What?
I can't believe they beat the final boss through the power of lesbians.
The power of gay. Speaking of the power of gay,
Yeah.
welcome to the Null Thought Podcast. Today we have Timis, a friend from high school,
and also a famous YouTuber.
Yeah.
No, not famous.
also our #1 fan.
Oh yeah,
That's what I like. Yeah, I'm the #1 fan. Go down to this comment section right now to redeem a coupon for 1 view.
For unlimited V-Bucks in Clash of Clans.
Oh, I don't know if I can promise that, but
All right.
I mean, I'll let you replay the video again
We will
with
let
my
you-
blessing.
We will let you post one free first comment.
That's right. You just have to let me know in my DMs.
We have a pay per comment system.
Yeah.
We should get on that.
Patreon tier 2.
33.
What made you start initially commenting that?
Just commenting like, haha, yes, it's time to think about NULL.
Yeah.
My famous catchphrase.
Yeah.
He's a shit poster.
I don't know. I think I went on Twitter one day and I saw you retweeted something from the podcast. I'm like, I'll check it out.
Oh, okay.
And then I just looked and I was like, haha, yes, that was my first initial thought.
So what you're telling me is that promoting our content works?
Yeah.
Wait
the one person who's actually
Hang
seen our
on.
Twitter.
Wait a second. We got to promote the Twitter.
I've been tweeting like nonstop.
I mean,
and by nonstop, I mean like once every 2 weeks.
To run an ad campaign.
Yeah. Actually, let's start a political agenda.
Yeah.
Political party.
Yeah,
Wait, we put
party.
lawn signs around like people's property.
Yeah, just
That, unironically, that'd be a good like fake thing to do.
Yeah.
And then people
QR
write us in
codes.
on the ballot.
yeah.
The three of us run for city council as a single entity.
Timis is here now, so he's a part of this as
True.
well.
I'm the legs of the operation.
I just imagine like it's all three where the three chairmans and then one vice president.
There's no president. It's one vice president and then like 3 senators.
3 senators in a trench coat.
Yeah. We all think with a singular mind.
You're 8'3", walking into the fucking the Congress.
Dude, do they make trench coats that long?
Probably you could get a tailor to do it.
There has to be like some
Just,
sort of market
yeah.
for it.
Our ad slogan would be Timis's comments. It's just
time
to think about no.
Dumb little baby. It's about to say its first words. That comment got flagged.
It got flagged.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
I sent you a picture of it and it was like, this is a potentially harmful comment. I had to save it from the trenches and then it got reflagged.
Oh my God.
Why? Because he said a dumbass?
Yeah, probably.
Aw, babies can't say
it's
that
the
word.
only comment on that video and it has like a lot of mean words in it. So they're probably like, we're just going to save you the trouble. Little did he know, Mr. YouTube.
I did not know that at all. That's insane. I evolved the comments after you commented that you just missed me, and I was touched, and I said, I'll elevate my game.
Yeah, I saw you didn't comment for a while, and it was
like
right
2
when
episodes.
Well, we didn't take our break, or we did take our break like right around that time. So it was like, if he wasn't going to comment on that video, that means he stopped paying attention.
You can't have
That
that.
means that we're dead to him.
Yeah, we're losing viewers.
We're slowly losing object permanence in Timis's brain.
Who are these people?
I was still watching. I was just going through a rough patch, you know? Sometimes you can't comment. You can't reach that
True.
comment button sometimes.
And now
you
you're
know?
back
Can't
and
reach
better
that
than ever.
quota.
Did
Yeah, that's right.
Did they bring back the dislike button?
No.
My heart.
I still dislike it internally.
You can like it exists, but they just don't show the count publicly.
Yeah, so
I think creators can see it though.
creators can still see it, and there's a Chrome extension to be able to see it.
You know what? That's not too bad. I kind of like that change where that you kind of don't feel influenced to vote either way of like or dislike. I guess
I think it shows likes.
Oh,
Still shows likes, yeah.
that's kind
So
of
it's biased towards the likes.
Yeah, I wish it was an
guess that's what they
optional
want, though.
one. Like you're just forced to like turn it off. Like I wish there was an option to just be able to turn it off.
I wish there was an option to ban creators.
You just personally, everybody gets one free ban. Okay,
Goodbye, T series.
dude. What if you could vote to kick from a platform? You just have to get them. You
You
just
gotta
have to
get
get
a
like a
petition.
50% or something. Like
Get the whole server on this.
Yeah, there's an option to like start a petition, and then users can come and sign it. And shit.
As soon as Dream
Yeah.
shows his face, the petition starts.
ban his ass.
You've
Perma.
gotten 3 of 6.4 billion votes.
Within
Wait.
an hour of posting.
Did we talk about the Dream thing last week?
Yeah,
No, I don't think so.
People are like taking it way too far. And
Yeah.
shitting on this man.
He's
for not
literally
being
just a guy.
attractive.
I think it's because it was such a big thing to begin with. People are like, well, this is dumb. I'm going to hate it harder. than
Well,
what I needed to."
it's because like the weird like fandom stan culture, like they what's it called? Like they prop up all the people that they love so much, like they draw them into like most cutest like anime boy like soft
Right.
aesthetic, however the fuck. And then when they see that it's just like an average dude, they're like, oh my god, he's white and average.
He's got a beard, but it's a little bit scruffy.
I want to talk about 2 things. But like one of them is that he really suffered from like No Man's Sky syndrome, where it's
No Man's Sky. He was unlimitedly hyped up. He just dropped.
Oh my God.
That is so shitty.
But yeah, no, he just like he's calling, like he's FaceTiming all these
No,
like streamers. Like
you're not
all these
wrong.
streamers are like, oh, Dream.
You're not wrong. He did play it up a lot. Like
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's the majority of why it failed. I
Yeah.
mean, I shouldn't say that's majority because his stan culture is going to be fucking crazy, but it seemed like a lot of people outside his stan culture were just coming in to dog on him. And I think
Yeah.
it's because he made it like a big event. Like other streamers were like live streaming the video drop. He made like a
Yeah.
scheduled thing on YouTube that had a countdown in the actual video.
To be fair though, I think like a lot of creators do that. Like a lot of creators who don't
It's
show their
definitely
face, like they
good to
they
have hype
hype
like
up.
that.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
hype
sure.
up their face reveal as like
You get a week off one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only way that Dream could have not disappointed everyone with his overhyping of everything is if he gets like a bunch of other content creators who haven't revealed their face. It's like, oh, it's me. Everyone's like, what the? He's fucking ugly. And then like out comes like corpse husband.
Like the How to Basic one.
Yeah.
or like
Did How to
the,
Basic do a face reveal?
So
Yeah.
I don't
It was
want to
like a
spoil it.
cryptic
We can
one.
watch it after this video because
Is it
Okay.
like Swagger Souls' face
yeah,
reveal?
it
Okay.
is.
I don't know who that is, but I'll take your word for it.
All right.
He's like a guy from Misfits or whatever. He the way that he did it, he like got a bunch of people, like random people, and then like he said that his face is in one of the random people that it cuts to.
Oh,
And
okay.
like so he's in there.
That's
you just have to
super
find him.
fucked up.
Yeah. I don't know if How to Basics was exactly like that.
So, spoiler alert, he did not reveal his face, but
No.
Oh yeah, okay.
basically he just got like a bunch of guest stars to like
Yeah.
show up to say, hey, I'm How to Basic.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
actually, I think I
that.
do remember
Yeah.
that. I remember that video.
But I'm pretty sure like he's just been revealed like inadvertently because of like the multiple like vlog angles and shit
Yeah.
from the whole like Filthy Frank era, you know?
Yeah, I think he was like in Human Cake, he was in the background or something.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll have to go and watch that because I'm honestly interested to see what he looks like.
Deep dive.
He's a
on the
normal
How
dude.
to-
He's
Yeah.
He's probably the most average looking dude. In
Yeah,
He's
America.
more normal than Dream, yeah.
yeah. He's handsomer than Drew.
I don't know if you can get more normal than Dream. Well, no, he hasn't taken his normal pills.
He's off him.
How to Basic. How to make normal pills.
Was that the moral of that song? Was that you shouldn't take your normal pills?
I didn't listen to
Well,
it.
like, yeah, I listened to maybe the first 10 seconds twice.
Not enough to give him a stream.
Yeah.
I watched it like 4 times, and I think I dissected that the point of it was supposed to be that you should not take your normal pills, but it inadvertently was like subliminally, yes, you should take your normal pills, something like that.
That's
you
pretty
should
deep.
keep the mask on. I think it was. I don't think it was intentional, but I think that's the take-home message.
Dude, after Dream's face reveal, he releases a part 2 of that song, and it's him putting the mask back on,
The
taking
B-side.
more normal pills, and being like,
What's
"Fuck
wrong? I shouldn't have done
society."
this.
Yeah, face unrevealing.
Yeah, do you think Dream is gonna recover from this?
Yeah.
I think
he's
fine.
already.
I think it's
has.
already. Yeah, I think it's already.
Yeah.
Honestly,
out
I
of a lot
don't
of people's
think
minds.
so many people were hating on him. I think it was just the W community, and they were just super loud about it, and that's
The
why.
W community.
Yeah, that's like the Aiden Ross and
oh
shit
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning earlier with like other people hyping it up too. Like that probably doesn't help.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to overshadow like the cheating allegations or anything like that.
Cheating, Alex. Oh wait. Oh yeah. The fucking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
the
he,
PhD student.
yeah, he was doing like a speed run, and it like the amount of luck he had in it was like 4 times higher than
yeah, I
like.
forgot
Yeah, I
that he even
remember
did
that.
that. We had a whole conversation about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, the whole thing was that like he could have gotten away with it if he didn't stream multiple runs.
And also,
Well,
like
like-
hire a counter mathematician.
He kind of.
to be fair, he was in like full death saving throws, right?
Yeah,
Also,
that was a
though,
Hail Mary.
Dude, to be fair, he kind of did get away with it because who the fuck really cares or talks about it
Right.
anymore?
Well, the
Like, people
the
meme.
speedrunner community does still care. He's been like banned
Is he?
forever from
For sure?
Yeah, he just cannot upload
okay.
a run.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't know if that's important to like any of his fans or anything.
Yeah, I mean,
you
like
know?
ultimately,
Oh,
who
yeah.
cares? But like the community where it does matter,
Yeah, that's
it's
fair.
counted.
Yeah, I don't think his audience cares a little.
When are you going to do a face reveal, Timis?
Right now.
Uh-oh.
Open
Timis
the
face reveal.
like that little picture you have.
no.
It's just a candid of my face.
We're gonna like take a 3D like model of you and
Yeah,
have it
and just
rotate.
insert it right now of rotating,
T-posing.
like the Peter Griffin one.
I wish I could do that. Wait, I think we can with the index.
Oh no fucking way!
No, I
There's-
think that's only motion capture. I don't
there's
think
a-
it's like an actual camera.
There's a way in Blender to do like an AR capture where you like film around the person
Okay.
and it like collects like 3D
Data
points in
points.
space or whatever. Yeah, and then like you can like map that onto like a thing in Blender, but that's like a whole process.
Yeah. How
but-
far do we want to take this meme?
Yeah, I don't know.
How real do you want Timis to be?
It would
Yeah.
be the first render, so it's
Yeah,
like something.
It'd be like a
obviously wrong.
PS2 graphics.
It'll look like the fucking Mario 64 in the title screen where you can stretch.
Stretch it, yeah. I am doing a face reveal in my next video though.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
are, dude.
Okay.
You want to talk about your Halloween costume?
I can if you want.
It's honestly amazing.
Let me show you a picture first and let me see if you guys
Yeah.
can
I want
get
you to
it.
guess. Yeah, you should guess it.
Yeah, but for one of my videos, I'm doing a Halloween special and I'm dressing up for it. So
Wait, what kind of content do you make?
podcast, I went to the bathroom.
I just shit myself here on
I
the set.
was the bathroom.
So it
Wait.
appears that you're some Yu-Gi-Oh guy.
That's
No?
what you'd think.
Are you
The Yu-Gi-Oh is not the main part.
Jimmy Neutron's dad?
I
as
am
a
Jimmy
Yu-
Neutron's dad,
Oh,
Hugh
as a
Neutron.
Yu-Gi-Oh player.
hmm Based off of the meme, you're going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
Oh, nice.
Based off the
nice.
popular meme.
So wait,
Yeah.
what kind of content do you make?
So
So
Plug yourself.
It's a long story.
Plug yourself
Porn.
a little.
look at that camera. That camera. Whatever you got going on, tell the world.
You can promote your OnlyFans here.
All right, so my crotch cam. business. No, so I have a channel called Biotaverse. I've been doing it since last June. And originally the content I did was design origin videos. So basically, take a Pokemon, any Pokemon, Sandshrews of one I did. Hey, this is what animal Sandshrew is actually based on in real life.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that's what I did originally. But then about in April, I stopped uploading for like 6 months.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back and I'm going to do all new type of content. So I'm straying away from that for a few reasons, but
I think that content was still pretty good. Like you went pretty in depth with it.
yeah, I tried
Nice.
to, but
It's also a really cool skill set to have in like your back pocket. The ability to actually go and do a deep dive
Mhm.
on like whatever topic that you want to make.
And then formulate
Right.
your findings.
True.
yeah. Well, I'm doing that already for another YouTuber. I work for a YouTuber named Noggin, which he does basically the same thing I do. And it's like,
Okay.
okay, well, I can do that, but I can also work on other stuff myself.
Yeah. So wait, what is the content that you want to make in the future or like from
Yeah.
now?
So I don't know if niche has a name. What I call it is just anecdotal history. And basically that's think Wendigoon, internet historian. They just picked something that happened and talked about it.
Like an interesting story or like origin of like a cryptid or some shit like that.
Yeah, like internet historian just did one about a dumb fuck who got
hole
stuck
or
in a
whatever.
cave.
Yeah, I saw that one. That one was pretty good.
So I want to do that, but specifically with like animal stories. So like war animals who ruined a world record, shit like that.
Interesting. I think that'd be cool.
I'm hoping so.
This bluebird ruined the winning baseball pitch by getting hit by the fucking ball.
You know how I remember that. I remember seeing that in the newspaper.
Bro, you can read?
Well, I had my dad read it to me.
How'd you get to working for the Noggin dude?
I just reached out to him for advice. And he just said, "Hey, I like your content. Would you be open to writing some scripts for me?" And then
nice.
Basically what I do, I'm a script writer.
Nice.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Disclose your pay.
No, I'm kidding. So do you do
$1,000 a video?
Oh
No, it's only 200 a video, which is still good.
Yeah,
but
that's not bad at all.
That is pretty good.
Do
you like how many words would you say that you average for like a script?
I don't know, maybe close to 1,200 or so.
1,200. So
yeah, usually
like a 10-minute video.
Yeah, usually the runtime's about 10 minutes.
That's a good little essay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With that type of content that you want to make, those they're basically video essays still. It's also like an easy thing to go on, like a build your own schedule kind of thing. Like you're not setting yourself up to do like weekly releases or anything like that. Because you could disappear for that 6 months that you did and then come back and have like it could be your best video yet.
You're doing deep research.
Yeah.
Dude, like, did you guys watch the fucking like 7-hour review of
iCarly?
Of what?
iCarly?
Not iCarly.
What?
The one what's his fucking name?
You need more description.
I know. I can't think of the show. Hang on.
Just any description.
It's like
Victorious?
No, it's a British show.
Okay.
Word soup us.
Was it a pyrocynical video?
Pyrocynical, yeah.
Okay.
Was it? I know what show you're talking about.
I forget
I
what
saw
it's
that
called.
video in my sub box and I did not watch it because I was like, Jesus Christ.
It's really good though. Like, dude, honestly, unironically, like if you have time to just like, if you want to like play a game like Minecraft or some like mindless bullshit,
Speaking
you're
of,
doing something like that.
Server up.
Shut up! I'm talking. But if you ever have time to do that, just have it play in the background and like listen to it because it is like really good and it's really well edited and you can tell like the time, like it's crafted. It's not just like, you know, slapped together like 8 hours of bullshit. It's like an actual like narrative, like weaved really well.
Are you talking about the show or
the review? Like the whole actual like review of it.
Yeah, Pyrocynical is pretty good at making videos like that. He's pretty good at like the long format essays, but I just don't have the time to watch fucking 7 hours.
Well, you don't have to do it in one sitting because like,
I know I don't.
But
I won't even finish it. I'll do like 2 hours at most and be like, I gotta stop.
Once you start it, you'll finish
anytime
it.
a video goes over like 3 hours, it's like I will watch the first 20 minutes, wake up sometime during the second hour, and then I have to rewatch the video at least 8 more times.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
In.
No, I'm kind of similar, but like, I don't know. I watch a lot of long form content and just like do homework or play video games or whatever, you know? So that's just easy for me to just.
I could just
I usually do that too. I just put it on as background noise.
Yeah, basically. And then I can tune in and out whenever I want.
I usually just listen to music. I feel like watching a video I can't do just because I'm going to be too focused on the video or I feel like I'm going to miss something. Music I think is easier to kind of just drown out.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to find like very specific YouTubers or
someone
like
with a really
videos.
boring voice.
Well, not necessarily boring, but there is this one YouTuber called Dangerously Funny and he just plays mobile games.
It sounds very funny.
I'd love to listen to that.
But yeah, no, like I just fall asleep to his videos because he's just like, he has the viewers to wail at a game that I don't want to play. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's just like it. I kind of like mobile game YouTubers because they just spend the fuck out of their paycheck to get end game. And it's like, well, I don't have to spend any time on this game now. This is great.
You see it all.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, what's the point of mobile games if not to spend money and number go big?
True. Yeah, it really
about
does.
the passion.
It's about the gambling.
Protecting your clan from enemies.
Do you guys think that people who play like mobile games only are gamers? Do you gatekeep that word or care
Well,
about
no,
gatekeeping
I
it?
don't think
No.
so.
Yeah, think about it too, because some of those mobile games get really fucking in depth.
They can be, yeah,
like,
definitely.
they have literally PUBG Mobile, and
Yeah.
even though like it sucks,
Yeah.
it's probably
People
some
take
of
it
the
pretty
better-
seriously.
Yeah, it's some of the better like mobile games out there. Like it works. It's
Anyone
an
who,
actual
like,
playable game.
Spends that much time on a mobile game has to be considered a gamer.
Right.
Yeah.
Like even if you're playing a mobile game like a couple times a week, maybe you're not like a true sense of the word gamer, but it's like you enjoy games like that.
Yeah. Well, what even is the true sense of the word
Yeah,
gamer?
I think
you
the
know?
term gamer, like if you like hardcore consider yourself a gamer and like you have all these restrictions for who can be
Yeah.
a gamer,
You're not a true gamer.
yeah,
You're
the true gamer is
cringe,
the
bro.
heart, not the brain of the whole operation.
I'll
True.
just say
Wise words.
this. If you don't think mobile gamers are gamers, just know that during this podcast right now, my phone is currently turned on and plugged in AFK farming a mobile game.
I was about to say, yeah, we have a mobile gamer on us right now. I'll pick him up from work and he's just like on his phone.
Oh my
Like,
God. Yeah. It's fucking
rectangle.
egg game.
Yeah, egg game. I've gotten to a point where it's super slow progress. I'm just grinding
No,
challenges.
I've played that game and I've been there.
What are you playing? Raid Shadow Legends?
No,
No,
I'm
it's-
playing. I was playing Eggs Inc. earlier,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
now I'm on this new mobile game that came out recently. So I'm actually in I'm in the higher rankings for it. It's
I'm a
called,
top 10% mobile gamer.
I'm a top 50%, but that's still pretty impressive when people spend their
What
entire
game
You know
is
your
this?
stats.
salary.
Every other person is worse
Wait,
than
oh
me.
yeah, it's called Idle Berserker, and it's really dumb fun. Like I feel like I don't actually have to. I don't play the game. It
Yeah.
like it pretty much just keeps me off my phone.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Sounds like
pretty
it's keeping you on your phone.
No, like actually not. Like it's literally upstairs. I couldn't give a fuck about my phone right now because I'm getting gear. I'm getting I'm grinding. Right
My
now.
money's working for me.
Yeah, it's a passive income.
How many sources of passive income do you have? And you're like, I have 5 mobile gaming apps open right now.
I have Idle Berserk. I have Eggs Incorporated. I have Cookie Clicker. I have
Cookie Clicker 2, Cookie
I've-
Clicker 3.
I don't get how all mobile game ads are the same. It's just like some like poor, horribly dubbed over.
They're honestly
like,
fucking hilarious.
Oh my God. Have you guys ever gotten that?
10 million power?
It's like a choice game and it's like peon or killer.
And then it's never what the game actually is.
Yeah. Or welcome to Eviana King's Return, when it's a
Yeah.
puzzle game where they're like dropping people into lava and shit.
Yeah, and
like,
there's just like some dude and it's like standing in front of a bejeweled skin.
and then it's like a Goku like dub or something. Like they're like talking, and then like 5 seconds later you'll hear what they actually say.
It's always the TikTok voice.
Yeah, yeah, it's just text to speech.
I think it's the worst when literally they're like, I recently have started getting ads for where it's like, oh, you want to see some real gameplay? And then it just pops up it's a dude in a webcam, and then there's just a pre-rendered video in the background of him just talking over a fucking video again.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Mobile gaming ads are truly like the wild west of advertisements.
There are no laws.
They're all
When it comes to
AI
mobile
generated.
games.
Because the game
Yeah,
that they're
they
showing
are
is
AI generated.
nothing like the game that is actually being played.
That's something I wanted to do as a future episode of Null Thought. I wanted to deep dive into some like AI generated content, and
fun.
like see if go into like AI dungeon, make some weird shit there.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
through a couple like AI image generators, see what weird wacky shit
Like
we can
DALL-E.
come up with. Yeah.
We should write a script for ourselves, one that we can time to be like about an hour or 45 minutes long, and then just do the podcast by just saying the phrases and shit that create.
That'd be
Like
pretty
we're
good.
trying to act out a conversation, but we have 3 different AI prompts.
That would be ridiculous.
That would actually be kind of well, let's run our podcast through AI dungeon.
AI ARG.
What are we gonna get?
Yeah, actually,
Oh,
if
looks like we're talking about hippos again.
because like YouTube
Hippo.
YouTube auto generates like subtitles, I'm pretty sure, and like you can just access that text
Yeah, we
file.
can get
so
the
like
transcript.
if you just take like the transcript of like 20 of our videos or something, put it into a fucking AI, and then
Yeah,
like
it's gonna get all of the words that are horribly fucked up. It's gonna say them in the translation.
Just all slurs.
Yeah.
whoa.
Have you guys seen on Twitter? It's becoming more and more common that I'm seeing these AI artists who are they're just people posting art
like
made through an
generated
AI.
art.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about it because first of all, it's really good. Like it's so
It's honestly
depressing
generated
to
pretty
see.
well.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, like, you can't, with AI, it's like right now at least, you can't get all of the styles and the uniqueness of like an original artist.
What, you're
Right.
telling me that Garfield trail cam photo is art?
It is art, but I'm saying someone has like a specific style that they do it, or they like draw a certain way, or like the way that they do shading is unique.
Well,
So
I
it's
mean-
like, it's hard to emulate that in AI, but the problem is that it can probably be done in like 10 years.
I will say there was an art contest like earlier this
Yeah,
month that someone
about
entered
this.
an AR art piece and they won first place. and
No.
won, like,
Ah.
I think they won like
disheartening.
2,500 and like second place spent like years making their painting where they spent 5 minutes giving it a
Yeah.
prompt.
That's dumb.
Fuck.
That's
Yeah.
the problem that we're
Yeah.
going to be facing, is like all the actual artists are just going to go out of business for what little
Right.
business they
Mhm.
actually had.
Yeah,
I think it's
does
like-
it invalidate talent and hard work
Yeah.
to have an AI that just does this
Yeah.
thing?
Absolutely.
I think so.
I mean, wait, what do you mean by invalidate? Like,
Because
You don't need those kind of people anymore.
You don't need those years of
Um,
experience to do the thing anymore.
yeah, I guess.
to be
Just
more
all
specific.
like big titty anime, your AI program, and it's like perfect. I have as much anime as I want right now.
Yeah.
To be specific, the nuances of an artist can't completely be replicated yet, but
Mhm.
given the 10-year span where AI could potentially do that, that's basically like, what do artists now have to look forward to?
I honestly
Yeah.
think we're only like a year or two away from that. I don't think it's 10
I'm just
because
giving it a conservative estimate.
like all these image generators came out of seemingly nowhere in like spring and they're already like amazing.
They are
Yeah.
really
It
good.
is really, dude. They had the fucking the AI generated voice with like you could get Mr. Krabs,
Oh, yeah.
SpongeBob,
Yeah.
and all that shit. And like I remember it sounding like shit. And then all of a sudden I go back into it. It's like I can now speak as Kleiner from Half-Life.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
seen the album that someone made about SpongeBob's rapping voice?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I
there's a
have.
whole
Yeah, I've seen
album
that.
based on it.
Yeah, I used one of those voices in the like demo trailer I showed you for one of my videos.
Oh yeah,
for
you
the
did.
deer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel right about doing it, so I'm actually paying a guy to do the voice, but
Did we have the AI voice of Barack Obama say Barack Obama in the one video?
No, that was just a text to speech.
Oh, okay.
That was classic AI light.
he preserved his integrity there.
Yeah. You're selected Microsoft Sans.
I don't know how to say that.
Please repeat what you just said.
AI art is really cool, like as like a what's it called?
Medium.
Like a way to kind of like bring a thought to life, you know?
A null thought.
Oh, but
AI null thought merch coming soon.
I think I don't know if like people will value like AI art as much because like there
I
are
hope
ways to get around like the what's it called, like people submitting like AI art in competitions and things like that, and it's like to do progress pics like as you're drawing
Sure.
the thing, like you either film it, like do a time lapse or something, or like you take multiple progress pics.
Yeah, that
And
is-
like,
there
and also
are
if you have
valid-
access to the layers and shit like that too, like that's also a big
True,
thing.
yeah, that's a good
You know?
point.
My big fear with that though is that it pushes artists into an even further niche of their own.
What do you mean by that?
Because with the access of AI, the services of actual artists have dwindled. They suffer a loss because of the invention of AI.
Yeah, probably.
It's like factory workers complaining that their jobs are being automated. It's kind of the same vein. It's artists having their jobs essentially taken away because they aren't up to par to be at the top level to outclass these AI artists, or they just eventually lose the business that they had and they had lack stability.
We'll see if that happens.
It's just a real concern that I have.
I can understand why that would be a concern. I don't know if it would happen though, just because of like with AI, like all of the like loose edges and like things like that. Like I guess it will be refined over time, and it's just like how much it evolves. It's you know.
Go on.
I think we'll still always have the appreciation for actual artists and their art, I feel like the ones who are going to be affected most are just people who take commissions for a living.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the appreciation for actual human art is going anywhere. It's just the type of work they can actually get will be even more limited.
Best case scenario, people just devalue AI art in general because people don't think it's legitimate. I think the most realistic scenario is that it'll just find its own niche in like the general scheme of art, but that still is devaluing real artists because now there's another option for art that basically you don't have to actually work for. So I feel like more people would probably make the shift towards AI art anyways.
Yeah, especially companies.
There is a boon that I see, which is
a boon.
But yeah, it's just there are a lot of things that people want drawn. There are things that exist beyond the realm of imagination that some sick fuck in their basement wants drawn.
Yeah, furry artists honestly are like one of the most high paid artists.
They really are for weird
or I guess
reasons.
porn in general.
Because why do you think that furries have so much money?
I think it's the same thing. I think it's the same kind of people who are like high up in like a company that like get a prostitute to step on their balls in a hotel room.
Well,
like they're not the same kind of people, but they're the same vein of people.
It's like, it's the type of person who is able to spend like lots of time on the internet, you know, and those people tend to already be kind of like in a wealthier bracket, you know, just because of like
access to computers and
they have access to computers and the internet and time and things like that, you know, so they just get like obsessed in those niche cultures. And then once they get, since they're like middle or upper class, they get pushed through college and then they have like a $80K paying job, and then they're just like, now I'm gonna get an air conditioned fursuit for $4,500.
Robo dog. I'm a real robo dog now.
But yeah, I think
you can call me K through 12.
I think if anything, or at least I guess maybe the ideal like path forward would be like artists themselves using the AI as a tool, like for like to get like a big picture
and shit.
Not for backgrounds, but like if you're trying to bring like a thought to life or whatever, you know, like you can put in like really detailed prompts into the generator or whatever, but it's like an artist might see that and like they can take that piece and then like add to it or change it or use that as like a reference to something and paint from that.
I actually did this for one of my thumbnails.
Really?
Yeah, I knew for one of my thumbnails the elements I wanted, but I couldn't think of how to place them. So I just typed the prompt into one of the generators and it popped something up. Of course, it looked like shit, but I could see, okay, well, I can place this object here. And I guess that sort of looks good.
Yeah.
You know, there's also another really interesting application for this where you could end up using AI generated images for like police work. You can feed it a description of like a mugshot or like of a person, and then you can end up having a full ass like a real representation of just dude.
Dude.
Morally, is that a good thing?
I feel like they'll never do that because even if it's like 100% accurate, if it ever messes up, they're going to have lawsuits up the wazoo.
You're going to trust some dude who's just drawn a sketch based on words? It's the exact same thing.
I think the sketch would definitely help, but I feel like they
would probably enforce both just to have like, you know, a decent.
Because I don't think anyone prosecutes like off a sketch. You know what I mean? Like there's really a lot of circumstantial evidence that needs to be.
Yeah, I think it is used just to narrow the search more often.
But for how accurate it is, at what point do we say like we shouldn't use this anymore? Because it's like,
I mean, is there any reason not to use it? Are we only afraid of using it because we're afraid of our law enforcement? Or because we're afraid of how
I think there's multiple
the law
things.
will be enforced?
I think we're definitely afraid of our law enforcement, like no matter what.
But
well, think about like the cams that they put in Hong Kong to like track people through. I mean, just facial recognition.
Yeah,
like that would basically be the same thing, just in a way that is there's like one thin layer of uncertainty involved in it.
Yeah,
do you think that's enough of an uncertainty?
I think if we take your approach, where it's just like to narrow down the search, I think that's probably fine. I was thinking more like, yeah, this is a general description for the guy, and it pops out Zane, and then they just put handcuffs on him.
Yeah,
run him through the records. It's like, bing, bing. and
Yeah.
Zane.
White guy detected.
White woman spotted.
I literally think that on like a daily basis.
Too, honestly.
It won't even be a white woman. It'll just be some dude in a car, and I'll be like, "White woman spotted."
Yeah, every time in my fucking glass dungeon at work, I just see a bunch of people when like their kids walk in and just like white woman spotted.
White kid spotted.
Yeah, and then their children are running around hitting their heads on fucking corners of tables and shit. Like,
Fucking dumbass.
I hate kids.
Everyone
You
does.
hate kids.
Yeah.
Everyone does. Oh my
Hot
God.
take alert. Boop, boop.
Those are
No
strong
thought.
takes. Why do
What,
you
do
hate
you love
kids?
kids?
I don't love kids, but I don't hate them.
I feel no
They're
particular
dumb.
way
Been around
towards
enough
children.
kids.
I've been bro, I've been around a fuck ton of kids. What do you mean?
There's like a golden
I'm literally a
age.
teacher.
But you're not teaching like kids. You're teaching high
No,
schoolers.
but I've like babysat like all my younger cousins and shit throughout my
Yeah,
life.
but then you're
Family,
lucky.
You can deal with it. They're not random and unrelated to you.
You were a lifeguard.
I also worked in fucking food. I know about annoying ass
Yeah, and
kids.
You've never spat in a salad.
That's a different story. Different for different reasons. All I'm saying is that kids are dumb and they're annoying because they don't know any better. It doesn't make them
so you can
it
hate
doesn't make them bad or
Yeah.
worthy of hatred.
They
no.
are both different and not me, so I can hate them.
Do you think we have like a moral like stigma against children?
No, I just think that's
Bitch,
saying
I
like
know I'm corrupt.
saying like you hate
Kids.
kids. That's like a
Yeah,
that's a
I
strong
do.
statement.
I don't really want them myself, and I think a lot of people don't know how to manage their own kids. I
That's
understand
true. That doesn't
they're,
mean
like,
that doesn't mean you have to hate them.
Yeah,
I think like a
but-
lot of people
I think that's fine.
I think a lot of people abuse the fuck out of dogs and don't know how to take care of them. And a lot of dogs walk around and shit on yards and they do a bunch of horrible shit. I still love dogs.
I fucking hate dogs.
I don't give a shit.
With this new information come to my
I
attention.
didn't even know that they shit outside. That is crazy.
I thought they just picked a carpet.
I mean, there's a little bit of reason to give like a child who's, I mean, they're able to act on their own free will. They're not doing this stuff because a parent told them to. But in general,
You're
it's
telling
like,
me that
I
you
think,
look at a child and you think it has free will.
I will say, when I was like 6 years old, I walked away from Happy Feet 2 thinking it was the best movie ever created. And that's not a joke.
yeah, exactly. I
That's
fucking
free
hate
will to
kids.
you?
I hate kids.
The man's a product of his environment. Okay, he
And his
can't help
environment
it.
was Happy Feet too. How do you not hate that?
How did you feel?
You're saying that when you were
Surf's Up, I
did
didn't
you
see that.
you didn't see Surf's Up?
No, I had loyalty
The
towards Happy
Superior
Feet.
Penguin movie?
Yeah, I
didn't have anything
support
going-
one penguin franchise.
That's
and that's
right.
it.
Though I did
Actually-
like March of the Penguins.
The exact story that Timis is talking about is how I ended up with Surf's Up. Because I walked out of the movie theater and I was like, God damn, that was a crazy movie.
That Cena Penguin.
They'll never top
Ugh.
this. Surfs up.
They'll never
releases.
top.
Holy shit.
Scorsese's got his work cut out for him. On that next.
Tarantino really balled out with this one.
Speaking of Dune 2, when is that coming? Don't tell me it's been out for like 4 years.
I don't know.
Wait, isn't
dude.
Doom 2 Doom Eternal?
Dune?
Oh, Doom.
The world's best sci-fi
I couldn't
movie.
hear you. I think you
Dune
said Doom.
2.
I heard Doom too.
Yeah.
Doom
Two.
2 is not going to happen for a while.
God, I fucking hope it does. Wait.
The movie, like the other half of the first movie,
Yeah.
that's Dune 1 Part 2.
Dune,
When's Dune
Idiot.
2?
Dune 2.
I fucking hate kids.
Dune.
I just think that kids are dumb and annoying. I don't hate them.
kids. They always want two dunes. They're never
You're
satisfied
saying
with
that-
just one dune.
You're saying that I'm like, I have like a visceral urge to like not ever be around kids. I understand they're still kids. I'm not like prejudiced
Yeah.
against them. I just
Sounds
don't
like
like
you
being
are.
around them because if they're not my kids, I don't, it's not that I don't want to be around kids. I just like don't want the responsibility for them. And it's like, they don't know, they don't know things that adults would do that annoy me. So I'm like, they're not going to know. So I can't yell at them. I basically have to just deal
So yell at
with
their
it.
parents.
Yo, adults
But
piss
that's-
me off more than kids.
I don't-
Yeah, actually true.
Yeah. I mean, true. I also hate other people.
You know who the
So what I'm hearing is you just view kids as like environmental obstacles.
They're hazards. Yeah. That's a great way to put it, actually.
you don't even see them as people.
They don't have an AI yet that developed.
Holy shit.
Their
XP,
pathfinding
bro.
is just
didn't
on
get-
a computer.
They didn't get their free will chip yet.
I mean, honestly, yeah. When I was a lifeguard, I've seen kids do the stupidest thing ever. I mean, it's the most blatant, like, just you're a fucking idiot shit.
That's
like,
gonna kill you.
The most classic lifeguard thing is to yell at kids for running on like with the wet deck of the pool.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, stop, walk. I'll blow my whistle, and then they'll be like, oh, okay. They go to the bathroom, they come back out into the pool, and then they start sprinting back as if they didn't just hear me, and then they slip and fall and start crying. I'm like, I literally told you.
They don't have the memory capacity for that yet.
Yeah,
They're goldfish.
All I'm saying is that kids have a lower render distance than most.
They got myopia.
Yeah.
Brains operating in 240p.
They're on tiny, bro.
Yeah. He spawned after like 3 chunks. You ever see?
Yeah,
that
was a different kid when he went to the bathroom.
He unloaded and then he comes back in.
What do you think he forgot? Is it a new NPC?
He starts crying and I turn around and the crying stops.
Just refresh him, bro.
I gotta get out of this game. Alt F4. That job sucked though, specifically because of the kids. I mean, the management also sucked balls, but I can complain about the adult. I can say that I can truly hate adults because they have the free will to not do the shitty things that they're doing.
Yeah.
But the kids, the parents would just let them go into the pool. And there's like a 5-year-old with his older brother that's a 7-year-old. And I'm like, you guys can't swim. So they just like stay on the deck of the pool the entire time of my shift. And then like they'd be fucking around. They'd be throwing pool noodles and shit at each other. And I'm like, guys, just go fucking home. Like, go home. Do something else than this. This cannot be fun. You have to have an Xbox.
What do you guys think is the youngest age a child has started vaping?
Like the youngest child to ever vape?
No, I just mean like general average youngest child to vape.
Like youngest bracket.
Yeah.
Like,
like 12,
11 or 12 maybe.
I would say there's a good amount of 12-year-olds that vape. I would go lower. Like maybe 10.
I feel like
9.
I don't know about 10 or 9. That's cutting it.
Yeah.
Because you're still like,
Hey, hold up. When they're
preteen
9,
is
they're
like-
playing Fortnite still.
so they're getting into vaping at that time?
I mean, like,
See Jones, he just pull out a huge blunt.
holy
the
shit,
East-
I'm dropping with Snoop Dogg.
That's an
joke.
Easter egg that only exists if your account is less than 9 years old.
Holy shit, Pepsi Man in Fortnite.
Well, think about how many high schoolers that you see vaping now. Like when I was in
It's
high
a lot.
school, the kids below us were vaping like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
every
The
kid vaped.
seniors
And
we were stuck in a weird, like,
I was in a junior year when the people started vaping. And
Yeah.
I imagine the freshmen, they're 15 and they're vaping like a motherfucker. So imagine
14,
how many 14, 15.
Yeah.
11.
10, 9. So like imagine the kids younger than them in the bracket. It's like you see the most of them smoking and vaping in the bathrooms. So then like imagine how many people younger than them do it. Like it probably trails off, but there's probably still a significant bracket of like 10-year-olds that vape.
yeah,
Well, sure. Yeah. I just don't think it's the main, like, I think there's definitely like a big hump when you reach like preteen ages.
Well, what is the range that we're talking about here? Because I think the people who vape most aren't kids. They're probably like late
They're
teens,
our
early
age.
adults. Well, I would say we're probably on the edge of that.
Maybe.
The edge, as in like the lower edge or the upper edge, like older.
Be the upper edge.
Yeah, the upper edge. Like
Okay.
people younger than us vape more.
Yeah.
And then there's like a hump, maybe 2 or 3 years younger than us. And then it kind of trails off.
But I think it's like a bell curve where like, yes,
Yeah.
there are 10-year-olds who are like vaping, but then like it drastically goes up when
Yeah.
they reach a preteen.
So you're saying what is that? You're saying that
When
that
does the
tip
bell
of
curve start? Yeah.
Oh, the start or like the tip of the bell curve?
I was thinking start because if we're talking tip, I think it's probably
tip
like,
of the bell curve. That's probably like 7.
No, no.
well,
wait.
what do you consider
Yeah,
the
I think
tip?
when
I'm
he's
talking
saying
about, like,
tip,
a
he's
start.
talking about the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Well,
the
you were saying start, right?
The start being like the bottom.
The start is like I can see
Yeah,
the
the
start.
first value.
That's what I meant. Like the start of the distribution is probably like 7 or 8.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Which is fucked up. But yeah.
No.
You know, it was like a really weird experience because all of us going through high school, we enter in as freshmen. It's like, oh, cool. The seniors are smoking cigarettes, and it's like we become seniors, and it's like, oh, cool. The freshmen are vaping in the bathroom.
Yeah, we were like
Yeah.
the awkward 2 or 3 years between like the nicotine addiction.
Yeah.
We got swept up in the
smoking is bad.
The post wave.
Do you think that tobacco will eventually be like superseded and like tobacco, like cigarettes will become the cigars of like, or maybe with cigars. Do you think cigars would survive out of the two?
I think cigars would still survive. There's like a ton of ways that people smoke. I mean, people smoke like grounded up tobacco in a pipe, and that's just straight out of like the 1700s, 1600s.
Yeah, and some people roll their own cigarettes too. Like they'll do that.
You're
it's
deep.
And I think like actual tobacco use is going up again.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so. Like,
well, I think tobacco use includes vapes though. Because I think tobacco is like nicotine products. You know what I mean?
Well, even so,
I could be wrong, but that's from like what I've seen.
Right.
Like
Even so, I think like cigarettes and cigars are on the uprise.
They might be.
The way I see it is like if you divide them into political parties, tobacco's like conservatives, and then like vapes and weed is like progressive. Like you're always going to have that tobacco comfort to fall back on for some people.
Yeah.
That's true. Everyone wants to stick with the status quo of cigars and cigarettes.
Yeah.
I think cigarettes will probably go up a bit, but I don't think they're going to be maxed out.
I'm waiting
think it's
for the
just
cigarette crash.
There's like
it's probably already going to happen.
I saw an interesting thing. It just like popped up in my recommended. It was like a new like vaping system called an IQOS, it's spelled IQOS. It's like what it does is it has like a cigarette like capsule thing, and which just has like the nicotine in it. There's no like filter or whatever, and you put it in this device, and it like warms it to like it's like a little oven
vaporizer.
Yeah, it's like vaporizing cigarettes basically.
Why?
It's not like so it's like for people who like cigarettes and don't like vapes.
This shit's
so like
pre-existing
because like
That's
it like
interesting.
doesn't have much like flavor or anything like that. It just tastes like a cig, but there's no like carcinogens or anything because you're not burning it. You're
But
just
what's the
vaporizing
appeal
it.
of that rather than just getting a vape in general?
Like people who like cigarettes and don't like vapes.
I mean,
But
they
you can just
want
get like
but they want like less smoke and shit.
moral of the
'Cause it's
story:
like-
get
but that's-
CBD cigarettes.
you could just still get a vape. Like vaping is less smoke. Vaping is no smoke.
No, it's what I'm saying is that they don't want
preference.
Yeah,
at this point,
it's a
But
preference.
you can still
thing.
get vapes that don't have any flavor or anything.
That's what personal preference.
but it's also,
it's going out of the way to do basically nothing.
Yes,
Isn't that what people do though?
that's what preference is about.
But that's
They go out of their way to do the things that they prefer.
that is not your preference.
Yeah, but I can still
well,
criticize
because
it.
then why not ask anyone who's smoking cigs? Why not just vape?
Well, no, because there's a little bit of a difference then. Because
But there's
the
a
reason that they're going to that vaporizer is because they don't want the carcinogens. That's perfectly understandable. But why go from, if you want that transition, why not just do a regular vape? Why go through all the trouble? Because those
Also, why not
vaporizers are
get
probably
cigarettes?
that they're starting to smoke. The original point is them smoking.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Oh,
pretty
okay.
sure like
Hold
the
up,
IQOS
what?
system is like branded towards people who have been smoking for like a long time and are trying to quit. Like
That's what vaping started out as.
yeah, but a lot of like older people don't fuck with vapes. They don't like them. They don't want to walk around with a cloud factory or a little rectangle
Yeah,
in
they
their
think
shit.
it makes them gay.
You know what I mean? Like that's a preference that they have, you know? And also
But I
just
think
the
that's
taste
dumb.
thing.
Yeah, vape's
Yeah, you
like
can
too
think it's
liberal.
dumb, but a lot of people think vaping in general is dumb. Like a lot of people who smoke cigarettes think
Do you
vaping is
use this
stupid.
thing? Are you
No.
doing a brand deal?
No,
The
I
first
Sponsor
brand
us.
deal.
I don't. But
Like
all
us.
I'm saying is that you're just calling people's preferences stupid.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Because it doesn't have any reasoning behind why you're doing this over getting a vape, which is probably much cheaper.
I don't know if it's much cheaper, but also it's different. It's like
Yeah.
the vape that it produces is a lot different. Like think of the Dynavap versus like
Yeah, I know what it
like a
is.
dab pen. You know what I mean? Like it's way different. That's two completely different things.
Well, no.
Yes.
It virtually does the same thing. That's
I
what I'm
just-
saying.
Yeah, but it's a preference
Yeah, we
as
have
to the
more
process of
opportunity.
how you want to do it. You know?
But I feel like if you think about how dumb this is, if someone was like, "No, dude, I only smoke weed from weed pens," it's like, what do you mean?
well, no. What it's like?
Well, I mean, there
basically,
are people
hang
who
on.
do just like
Yeah.
purely wax and
Because
stuff.
I was about to
But
say,
that's
like,
weird.
It is weird.
Is it weird?
it's a preference. It's not weird.
But the thing is, you're not identifying that the preference. You're not just you're thinking like, "Oh, it's a preference. It doesn't matter to me." But it's like analyzing why
Well-
people would do this in the first place. I think is important.
Well, I don't smoke, so I have no idea about any of
Let's
this.
change
But
that.
the way I see it is, it's like it doesn't matter that it's like cigarettes or weed or anything. It's just something to smoke. Like just remove whatever it is. Like just attach clothes to it? Why do people buy Gucci or Supreme? It's just a shirt. Like, it's just to be different. Like,
yeah, why?
Even though there's no instrumental difference or value towards it, they see something new. They want to be a hipster. They're going to do it.
But I don't think this IQOS thing is for hipsters. Like,
no, I know. I'm just saying.
But like, I think like the IQOS is to the Dynavap as like dab pens are to vapes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, people can prefer the Dynavap just because they like the process of pulling it out, packing the bowl, and then like smoking out of it. And they like the high or whatever. They like the smoke that's produced from it, the vapor. Like the vapor that is produced in a Dynavap is way different from a vapor from like a dab pen. And they produce like different like effects depending on the person who like uses them. You know what I mean?
Does tobacco have things that are akin to cannabinoids in it?
Well, it has nicotine. Like the amount of nicotine that's in it, like one cigarette is like 1/10 of a Juul pod. You know what I mean? Like it's
you
very
can get like low
different.
nic juice.
Yeah, but like a lot of people don't care about putting in the research into vapes.
I'm not saying that
it's like
I'm not saying that it's
PC
useless.
specs. It's like who the fuck?
Yeah, like I'm not gonna learn about.
I don't think that compares.
I think it does compare.
I think it's
PC specs.
If you care about it, you're gonna learn about it. If you don't care about it, you know, it's like the same thing with vape juice.
Because like, dude, you have to get the right. Sorry.
All good.
You have to get the right battery. You got to get the right coil. You got to get the right juice. You got to get the right this, that.
That's a different story.
No, that's not a different story. That's the vape story.
Well, no, because we're talking about vapes versus other vapes. This thing is.
Well, no, that's the whole like thing that I'm saying. That's a process that you go through.
People still buy those shitty candy cigarettes, even though they taste like ass. So we all can agree that those candy cigarettes.
What are candy cigarettes?
You ever like when you were a kid?
Like they taste like chalk.
Yeah, it's basically just chalk that like puffs like chalk dust. It's smoke.
I understand that people would like want it, but I'm trying to understand why you would want that specifically.
Because why not?
I'm not saying that it isn't like a good product or whatever, because I do see like the relevance of it in like with like the Flower Mate or the Dynavap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if tobacco has like other kind of drugs or anything that activates upon heat in it, as you know, THC or weed.
I don't think it does. But I think
it changes.
But that's the point that I'm trying to make.
But I think it's also like a specific taste thing, because you're getting the cigarette taste with that too. Some people like that. Or
but that's what I was saying earlier, because like you can get just flavorless or like,
but it won't taste
flavored.
like a cigarette.
Oh, you can actually get a lot of tobacco flavored. Juice.
Yeah, like
but does it taste like a cigarette?
Even so,
they can make fucking vape taste like jelly on toast with butter on it.
I've had like the Juul tobacco flavor, but
it's
that's
not the
like
same. No, there are so many better juices out there.
Maybe.
But also there's that investment into finding whatever juice that fucking is. It's like, do you want to give a fuck, or does like, well, I'll just go get cigarettes, or I'll go get the IQOS.
Just load it up and then you're good.
That's the exact reason I got this fucking little shitty thing, is because it's just like, it's got no button. I don't care. I just fill it up with juice and I just go about my day.
But the thing is, that has a practicality for it besides like what you want to do versus another vape.
Well,
like
I mean, ultimately,
you may
I
not
could
want
pick
a
up
button.
that shitty IQOS thing and it would be the exact same thing.
But the thing is, you're doing way more for something that you could be doing way less for.
It just changes context. It changes the context of use.
I mean, if you want to spend the money and get that setup, sure. Yeah. I'm sure it's not super expensive, but like that kind of vape is like $20.
I mean, at the end of the day, it probably comes down to just emotional connection to whatever it is.
Yeah, their brain might be like this.
Some
I don't know.
People might just like the heat of it too.
Who enjoys the heat?
It's part of the smoking experience. And
some people.
Like, there's people who have kinks about anything, and so people can enjoy the experience of anything.
I feel like more commonly people would enjoy it, but it's just like a thing that they need.
It reminds them of home.
Like, I don't know, like the burning in the back of the throat is like
iconic.
Yeah, that's like a thing that you want. Like,
no, you don't want that.
Yes, it is, because when you hit a vape, you want to feel that you're getting like the nicotine, or at least I do.
You can like the dart, like when,
but you can feel the vapor inside of you. You don't have to feel the heat.
Well, what I'm saying is like, well, I think the heat's different. I'm thinking of like the burn from nicotine. You know what I mean? Like, I think that like it's different from delivery systems.
Well, that's not what we were talking about. We were talking about like the heat specifically.
Yeah,
like when you hit a fat ass blunt. And you're like.
But some people might like that. I don't know. That's people are freaks.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning.
People view coughing as like that is like a gift sent from fucking God. It means you're gonna get
So
stoned
weird.
out of your mind.
Yeah, actually, that's true too. I think that's like an older thought that's like kind of been dispelled, but some people do believe it.
I remember when I was getting into my early smoking days. It's like,
Hold it in, bro. Hold it in.
Yeah, hold your breath. You should be blue before you get high.
You should be passing out before you like.
You should be blue. Alex, you posed the question: what would humanity benefit from wiping history?
Yeah, I was working. And
Like, what if everything is just gone?
I got one really bad customer.
well, no, but I got into the thought of just like we have had just such a shift in the mentality of humanity that we hold on to history at this point as basically our list of grievances, right? We
Not
are
entirely.
Well, I mean,
But I see what you're saying.
That's not where I thought you were going with that thought.
yeah, but what I'm basically trying to say is that if we were to wipe history at this very moment, everyone and everything that we know about history, which by the way is written by the winners, so like it could be history is whatever the fuck some people said happened, but if we were to wipe it right now, do you think that we would benefit overall from it, from getting rid of the history that we have today?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Do we need to have such an importance on the events of the past with even though they have happened, getting rid of them and I mean like pure like Men in Black mind wipe shit. Like
Yeah.
Well, think about the benefit of knowing history.
no, there's a ton of benefit. I think the problem that I see is that like without recorded history, we don't have a lot of
Don't have any context.
Yeah, we don't have any idea of what the good that came out of it would be then. We don't know the, like, oh, you know, Hitler, you know, killed 1 billion fucking people, but then all of a sudden we have a bunch of laws and like the Geneva Convention became a thing where it's like, oh, let's not be shitty human beings. It's like there are always good responses to bad crises.
I see what you're saying.
But if we were to get rid of all of it together, would we benefit from it?
There's kind of a couple things going on there because we learn from the history and that's kind of why we record everything.
But it's also why we're still so pissed.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the thing is like with the Hitler example, there are still like a lot of fascist movements like in a lot of governments throughout the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those wouldn't go away if we just rewrote history. Those same ideologies would come into play. They would just be under another name besides
Yes,
like
absolutely.
fascism or people posing as like neo-Nazis and stuff.
Because like it's not like anyone dies. It's not like anything changes. It's
Mhm.
just that we are set back to history day one.
Well, think about it in the other case, because we have all the history that we have currently, but there's still these groups and everything that are going around like posing these fascist ideologies and stuff. It's like those kinds of things still happen, even though we're supposed to learn from history.
Yeah, very true. So did history really help us out in that point then?
I think it did because think about it, like over time, like 10 years ago, gay people weren't accepted. And like, if you don't point to people to be like, hey, these people did bad in the past, you're just going to lose that. And like people can become less tolerant
would
overall.
we really just roll over like that though? We've already done plenty of like activism and work on our ends just by living our daily lives.
But
it might not necessarily be motivated by history, but it's motivated by the actual real problems that we face today.
But aren't you saying we're wiping that all out? So
I'm
we
not saying
basically
that we
start
would
that
wipe
over.
out the problems that
Yeah.
we face today. I'm saying that if we were to remove the context for them, how
think-
would we continue?
He's saying remove like our recollection of events that we have. Like,
Yeah.
so we wouldn't remember Stonewall, but like we'd still have like
The
the
after
fact that
effects of-
Obama like legalized gay marriage in 2015. Like that would still exist.
Yeah.
It's just that we didn't remember it, you know,
Okay.
or like we didn't have it recorded.
I still don't know because I feel like a lot of people who are intolerant don't change their viewpoint until they realize that someone got hurt by it.
Yeah.
So
I think because I was thinking about it a little bit more, and I think it's kind of interesting because I was thinking of like active conflicts and like if everyone's memory was wiped, like
It's like, why are we
during,
fighting?
yeah, exactly. Like in the middle of the war, like, wait, why are we doing this? Why are we actually doing this? So I think maybe in those circumstances, it could be beneficial or it could get even worse.
Do you
know?
think it would be short? Do you think it would be overall short-term beneficial or long-term beneficial?
I
for a
think
conflict like that, I think, well, the
I
thing
think
is
short
like,
term.
the thing is that with any conflict, it's like any benefit, like you need to look for like short-term benefits to like turn that into like long-term like successes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, so you can like spiral things into like one another.
Yeah.
So I think it could be.
Imagine being deployed in Iraq and like all of a sudden your memory is wiped.
You're like,
just
why am I
in
here?
a room
Yeah.
with dudes who are dressed like you.
Well, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
I think another
Secret ending.
I got the bad ending. I think something interesting about that question too is the way that we interpret laws would be instantly changed, because it's like,
Oh yeah, because we have a
would
lot
take-
of precedents.
yeah, because it's
That's
like
true.
the laws that we created now are all set by precedents.
Mhm.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
so
I
that
like-
would complicate things. I didn't consider that.
I was going to say, I think the one benefit to wiping everything would be we don't have these traditionalists for the Constitution anymore. So like,
Yeah.
oh, some old guy like 100 years ago said abortion was bad, which they didn't even say. So we're going to say that now too.
It
Yeah.
would basically wipe everyone's. It would make everyone think a lot more clearly and unbiased, truly unbiased.
I
Right,
think it would
about
be
the
really
laws.
radical, like instantly.
People would be like, "What the fuck is going on here?" They'll be like,
Yeah.
"The Second Amendment. We don't have fucking muskets anymore."
I think, yeah. Cause like also people would like just start,
I guess you wouldn't even know
you would-
that.
you would just start, you would know like, cause like, I think you would know like things that exist today.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I feel like you would know the general history of like Europe. I think.
Wait, what? You can't just say you're gonna forget everything, but you accept all of history in
Only
Europe. What the
No,
fuck?
but, I feel like you would understand that there has to have been like progress and like there would be time.
You understand the tech tree progression
Yeah,
that has gone on.
Like I feel like ultimately you would, wouldn't you? Because like you
Yeah.
pull out a smartphone, it's, like,
Yeah.
it's not like you forgot how to use a
You're like,
smartphone.
what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, like you don't. You just forgot like Mr.
Yeah,
Let's
Mr.
specify
I guess
it.
it depends on what you include in history,
Let's
right? Because
specify
like,
it's a human
Oh,
conflict.
well, because like like our whole scientific body of research is based on like a lot of like historical like
Oh,
observations
yeah.
and like, you know, things like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
To me, it just sounds like you're picking up a game from like that you've never heard of from like level 20.
Okay, so
You're loading up a Sims world that you haven't touched in 300 years.
Yeah. Who the fuck are these
That has
people?
been running since.
all right, I want to run a small caveat to this this hypothetical scenario. If okay, so
Hypothetical's
history
not
is
gonna happen.
entirely wiped, but we have access to the internet. Like we have everything available. It's all still recorded in history, but everyone just forgets about it. Like just instantly, and you just have access to the resources. If you choose to be informed, you can become informed.
I think
Well,
that'd make it worse.
I do think that'd make it worse.
This shit would be horrible.
Well, I think it would make people. I think it would still make people think pretty unbiased about a lot of the things that they see.
Yeah, but then they go
But-
into 4chan on
Yeah.
accident. And then they're
The
fucked.
people that are more likely to lean a certain way, anyways, or believe something, are probably going to find that anyways. Maybe it's not everybody in that category.
Hmm.
Maybe some people would be reshuffled, but I would probably say like a 70%. 70% of the people that would naturally go into that spot anyways do.
I feel
Okay.
like if you don't have like a historical precedence of anything in your brain, like you're just kind of like at the will of the information that you receive. You know what I mean? So it's like if you log onto the internet and like you randomly get linked on Twitter, like some 4chan shit or some like weird links or whatever, you know, you're probably just going to uncritically digest that information, I think, because it'll be new to you and it'll be like, oh, wow, so this is what happened.
Yeah.
Like it'll be like you're making some kind of like breakthrough in
Are
information.
you saying that the subconscious will influence you into like following like repeated
No,
patterns?
I don't think it's a
I think
subconscious thing.
so.
I think it's just media environment. That's
Okay.
all it is.
Maybe.
Like in
like the
in
media
that
itself
instance
is pushing
yeah.
the agenda rather than the person itself.
Not the
It's just what you're exposed
yeah,
to.
it's just
People
that
would-
what you're. I don't think anyone's like there. Like
Well, not-
it stands
not to use
agenda.
the
Yeah,
words of
yeah,
saying agenda.
yeah.
but,
Just like yeah, like I don't think it's like anything's being orchestrated. It's just that like you know you're at the will of the algorithm.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like whatever gets presented to you, if you don't have any way to contextualize any of that, you're just gonna be like, oh, okay, so that's what happened.
Right.
You
And
know?
I was going to say, isn't that basically what happens with history anyways right now?
Yeah.
Like you're born and you just have to trust what people said happened in the past.
Dude, I am so excited to see what history books say about the next like fucking 15 years. Like it's about to be wild.
That was like another thing that like
DLC expansion.
I kind of like disagreed with your framing of the hypothetical. The whole like history is written by the winners. I think history is written by the historians. Like when you look at like countries that have like really like horrible like dictatorships and shit like that, there are like historians that are like working like in secret, like in a lot of ways that like
There's also
record the
full
information.
government bodies that are working on redacting all of that information at the same exact time that it's happening.
I understand.
It's a
but
constant battle between uncovering the truth and hiding it up.
yeah, definitely.
But do you think all of it gets hidden?
No, I think that a lot of it gets through and is found out by the general world. But the things that we should understand and truly fear are things that are swept under the rug. And I think that in that sense, the winners have already taken the history into their own hands because they know exactly what they need to cover up.
Well, what are they winning?
Well, it's just like between a conflict of two interests, one side will win. And the one side that will win will try to cover up whatever horrible light that could be shed on them, essentially, right? So you get rid of those giant fucking influences, the things that really shouldn't be fucking uncovered.
Yeah, definitely. I think all of history gets revealed, but like the winners are able to put like a rose tinted glasses on like some events.
Very
like
much so. I think the influence in how we portray history is important because a lot of historians, they attempt to be objective when all they're fed is like biased information from whichever side they are currently going towards. So they have to weave between the lines of just this conflict to try and find out what actually fucking happened. And that's hard.
right.
It's really fucking hard to find the truth when everyone's trying to lie.
Don't you think it'd be even harder if everyone wiped out everything and nobody has a firsthand experience of anything?
Oh, absolutely. I didn't pose this hypothetical because, you know, it would be like an easy thing to just adjust to society. I was just wondering if we have the overall fortitude to make it through it successfully or unsuccessfully.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I think we'd successfully make it through.
Yeah, I think we would make it through, but I feel like a lot of the problems would either reappear or just like new problems would take old problems places.
Yeah, I feel like that's something like people like don't think about. It's like humanity, like fascism will take over, or not will, but it could take over and humanity will still go on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
And that's like the worst part, you know?
The shit that's going to kill us is really bad.
Yeah.
Well, think about all the stuff. I mean, going back to the thing about all the stuff that we don't know, like all the atrocities. It's like, think about all the atrocities that we do know.
Oh, yeah.
Would learning the old ones really, I mean, what have we seen that we haven't already seen in just like a different font?
Don't do nuke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Sure.
like experiments on humans or shit like that. Like the leaked classified quote unquote documents.
And I mean, like experiments on humans still exist. It's a thing that happens regularly. It's not going to ultimately stop anything from changing. It would only change really our perception of it, I guess. And I feel like maybe what I wanted to see, what personally I wanted to see out of something like this happening is that the ignorant
Jesus.
No, that's just me being facetious.
Kill all children.
I second that.
Well,
This has been the child-free podcast.
I don't hate kids that much. I just think they're annoying.
yeah, I just wanted to start a fight about shit.
Wait. I wanted to end with a joke.
Oh, tell the joke.
Hit us with it.
That's the end of the podcast. Thank you for tuning in.